Welcome for a smarter you.
This time around, I want us to take a look at the issue that rocked the tech world in 2022. In the first quarter alone, scandal hit what's it called, the tech ecosystem, left, right, and center. What came to your mind when you first saw the story? What hit you the most?
I wasn't surprised. I wasn't taken aback. From a journalistic perspective, I think it's good to hold founders accountable. For a long time, founders, the power that some founders don't even understand the power that they wield. And at times they have been raised to godlike status. So I think it is good to have this kind of reports that critically look at how founders are running their organizations, in terms of employee engagement and all of that, and workplace culture.
So the big issue, the big question in the minds of people, as predicted, we don't know if it's going to happen or not, by some keen watchers of the tech sector in Nigeria, is that it will affect the valuation of tech startups in Nigeria. What's your take? Do you agree with that?
Before now, there have been conversations around a tech bubble because a lot of people perceive that a lot of startups are being overvalued, not just because the numbers are bogus, but because the economy. I mean, these companies, many of them, their markets are within Nigeria, even Africa as a whole. The economies cannot support the kind of numbers. The Nigerian economy isn't that great, sadly. Cannot support the kind of valuation that have been placed on them. However, so in that regard, I think there might be some market corrections. I don't know how soon it would be, but I do believe as well that there will be some market corrections. We've already had the first wave of this, which was with the e-commerce era with Jumia and Konga raising a lot of hundreds of millions of dollars at crazy valuations. Investors took their first risk pouring into it, but then they saw that the country had a lot of problems, logistical challenges. It just couldn't support the business, and a lot of it crumbled down. Konga got acquired, shares of Jumia on the New York bourse is dropping, so everybody's trying to correct that, So that will come to the fintech sector as well. Because at the end of the day, if a fintech digital bank is raising $1 million of valuation and you are just left with 3 million account holders that cannot have more than 20,000 naira in their account or 50,000 naira in their account, there will be problems, So the larger economy cannot, as at now, the Nigeria that we have cannot support a lot of these valuations. So there will be correction. So that is why you see some of the startups are expanding to other countries, to be able to tap into value there and keep driving their growth and valuation. That's one. Two, about the current happening, the scandals, how that they might affect the valuation of startups. I strongly disagree to that. The valuation of startups in a region has never been determined by corporate governance or scandal or whatever it is. It has always been determined by the exit successes in that region. So far we keep having more Paystacks being acquired for $200 million. So far we keep having more fintech companies like Team Apps, like OPay, processing billions, not millions, billions of dollars. So far, we keep having Piggyvest giving over 200 billion to users in a year, which we can average that at about $40 million per month. A startup having $40 million in cash, you can do a lot of business with that and generate a lot of profit. So far, you keep having those kind of stories. Investors will keep coming.
Let's talk a bit about employer-employee situation. We have seen a lot of situations where employees have been disgruntled, they come out and they say a manner of things. What lesson can future, employees or those who are employed elsewhere but are looking to jump into the tech scene, because that seems to be the thing in vogue now. Everybody wants to be a tech bro Texas. What can they learn from this looking forward?
I'd like to point out that this is not whatever is being discussed right now about the tech ecosystem or tech employers in terms of toxic workplaces is not exclusive to the tech space. It is a general Nigerian workplace problem. Tech companies are just a subset of that, And why that problem has lingered is because there's really no labor laws that have been enforced, industrial protection action, all those things, those are the problems. Those are the real issues. When we have a country where labor laws are respected and are enforced, where employees really know their rights and they know that they are protected, then across several industries, across several sectors, HR personnel, employers would behave themselves properly and they would treat and value their employees, So it's a larger conversation beyond just the tech ecosystem. However, right now, in the interim, what can people do? Of course, you need to do your due diligence, do your homework before you join into a place. I understand that, again, the larger macroeconomic conditions. There are people that understand that where they are going to is toxic, or they get there and they find out this place is toxic, but they cannot leave because where will I get another 250K salary? Where will I get even a 150K salary? Right? So they stay and they endure. So these are the harsh realities. I guess the best bet is to increase your employability or your skill in the marketplace so that you have a lot of options, so that you are a highly sought after talent.
But thank you so much for being part of the conversation.
Yeah. Thank you for having me as well.
Tech Hub for a smarter you.
It's been a beautiful edition right here on Tech Hub. I believe you've learned a whole lot. You've been educated, you've been inspired to move to the next level. Well, I say from me and my crew, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. And until the next edition of Tech Hub, I'd say keep innovating.